Hello everyone, it's Benny, and in this video, I'm here to announce that I'm going to be canceling the 3D Game Engine series. No, I'm just kidding, viewers, I'm just kidding. April Fools, 4 days early. No. Don't let the title scare you, this video isn't about anything like that. I'm not canceling the 3D Game Engine series, it's still happening. What I'm actually here to announce is that I've just had one ridiculous marathon recording section, and I've managed to finish every single video in the 3D Game Engine series. They're all finished recording, they've all been edited and processed, except for the last one. That one still needs processing, but other than the last one, they're all done. And yeah, and they're all on YouTube, except of course for the last one. So yeah, the 3D Game Engine is officially, well, finished from my end. Just need to, well, put up all the videos and let you all see them. So yeah. And there's sort of a second part of that. I mean, of course there's a little bit of a catch. And that is, I've decided to end the series a little bit earlier than I was originally planning to. I'm deciding to end it right after the resource management segment. I'm going to do a little bit after, but it's just like 2 or 3 things, and it's all going to be in one video, so yeah, it's pretty much ending after the resource management section. And you might be wondering, whoa, wait a minute. No. You cannot end the video here. You cannot just stop like that. You haven't done physics, you haven't done audio, you haven't done shadows, you haven't done animation, you haven't made a bounding volume hierarchy, you haven't even made a full example game showing off all the awesome features of your game. Come on! You can't possibly be ending the series here. What is wrong with you, Benny? Come on! And you're right. I'm not quite doing that. It's more of, I've decided to stop putting the videos in the actual 3D Game Engine playlist after the resource management section. It's more of one of those things. I'll talk more about that in a moment. But yeah, don't worry, all that stuff is, as far as I'm aware, they're still going to be happening. So yeah. Here's the thing. As for the videos I'm still going to be adding to the 3D Game Engine playlist, there's 5 of them. It's going to end on video 60. And got them all done. They're all recorded, they're all on YouTube, except of course for video 60 itself. So I figured, hey, got 5 videos, got 5 weekdays, and today's Friday, so it'll all be next week. So why not have sort of a 3D Game Engine marathon, where Mondays, video 56, Tuesdays, video 57, Wednesdays, video 58, have a video every day, just like it was in the beginning of the series, before I had to go to school, and then that took up a whole bunch of time. I had to go back to every other day. Kind of like that. I thought that'd be kind of cool, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, and on next Friday, video 60 will be up, and the main 3D Game Engine playlist will be over. And now, there's still the concern of, what about everything else you were going to do? How's that going to happen? And here's sort of the scenario. Here's the situation. If you look at the game engine on video 60, and of course if watching this video as it comes out, you're not going to be able to, because, well, it's not out yet, but when you do see video 60, just stop, take a look at the game engine as it is. If you just stop, play with it, you realize it's a really solid, complete system as it is. It's really powerful, it's really easy to use, it's really flexible and dynamic, and you can do a lot with it. There's no real obvious limitation or bottleneck with it. I mean, okay, it doesn't have feature X that I think is so cool, like shadowing or physics or something, but there's nothing really wrong with what's actually there. It's not like, oh, the shader system's so painful because you gotta extend everything and do all this nonsense, or oh, it's so hard to organize everything because you gotta make manual classes for everything and stuff. No. It's a really complete, powerful system as it is, and if you have some free time, then I really think it's probably worth a few minutes just to stop, or maybe even a couple hours, just to stop and play around with the engine in video 60, just to see what you can do with it as is. Because I've already proven that it's a really powerful system. We made Wolfenstein 3D, or a clone of it anyways, on, what was that, video 31? Yeah, that was 29 videos ago as of video 60, so yeah, there's a whole lot of new features, a whole lot of new things that make make development a lot easier, and yeah, I think you'll see just how powerful and flexible it is. And you might be wondering, why are you talking about all this power and flexibility? What does that have to do with anything? And here's the thing. When you have something that's really complete as it is, there's almost any direction you can go with it. If I started the physics section on Video 61, then cool, we can do a bunch of physics stuff, and that'll be great. If I wanted to start doing more advanced rendering, like animation and shadows on Video 61, then cool, that would work out just as well. If I wanted to talk about optimization structures, like bounding volume hierarchies and potentially visible sets, and all these other, or binary space partitioning, I love binary space partitioning, you know, all these different optimization techniques to make the engine run ludicrously fast. We could do that too, and that'll work out just fine as well. It's one of those points where you can really go out and do just about anything. And what I'm trying to say in this huge, giant, long-winded nonsense that I'm going through is that I'm going to be sort of forking the 3D Game Engine series. It's going to go off and sort of a choose-your-own-adventure style, where the official 3D Game Engine playlist is going to stop on Video 60, but then there'll be a whole bunch more playlists. There'll be playlists dedicated to a physics segment, so it's not going to be one of those things where, oh, I'm just going to talk about basic physics, but I'm not going to go too deep into it because it's supposed to be about the 3D Game Engine. No. This will be a dedicated hardcore physics segment. We'll be talking all about the math, we'll be talking all about the logic, all about the system design. It will be truly focused on the physics segment with none of that, oh, I can't go too deep because it's focused on something else nonsense. And you can go off in that direction and make the most kick-ass physics engine of your life. Or maybe more of a rendering guy. Maybe you want to do some shadows, you know? This just lighting system here doesn't cut it for you. You want shadows, you want parallax mapping, you want bump mapping. You want the most gorgeous rasterized-based renderer, or just the most gorgeous renderer you possibly can, not strictly limited to rasterization. And you can do that. We'll have a full-on series focused on more advanced rendering techniques for game engines, like normal mapping and shadows and all that stuff, and animation. And it won't have any of that stuff holding it back where, oh, it's actually about the game engine design and whatnot. No. It will be a rendering thing. It will be totally focused on rendering. We'll be doing all the math, all the logic, full-on information, just rendering. And you can do that. Or maybe you're at the point where, you know what, screw this nonsense, I just want to make a game already. Or, well, actually already did the Wolf 3D series, so it's being like, screw that, I just want to make another game already. And that's cool too, we can make some game with it or something. I don't actually think I'm probably going to do the other series before that, but hey, we can still take that direction if you really want to, and that's cool too. It's one of those things where you can really fork off in all directions, and I don't want to make that decision for you. I want you to have the freedom. Just go off in whatever direction interests you, and I'll try my best to be your guide and tutor along that journey. And I'll be doing that by having some more playlists, all based on the 3D Game Engine series, but talking more about their own thing, and hopefully standing alone a bit, but it's one of those things. They'll be splitting off into other things. And yeah, that's what I'll be doing, with what I was originally going to put in the 3D Game Engine series. I just figured, why force something to be linear when it doesn't have to be? Why should I have to make the choice for you? Why can't you just jump straight into doing physics or rendering if that's or whatever is really interesting you at this point? And yeah, so that's how things are going to work. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And well, that's all I got to say. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned. And I'll see you at the end of next week once we've gone through the big giant 3D Game Engine marathon. And yeah, so thank you. And I almost completely forgot. Good lord. That's not to say I'm just going to take a vacation for the next week because I've recorded everything. No, because I've decided something. One of the biggest things about the people said about my 3D Game Engine series is, I really wish it was in C++. So, I'm going to be catching up the 3D Game Engine C++ repository. And that's where, hopefully, some of you are going to come in. I'd like some of you people to get my back and sort of test it, make sure the 3 C++ version really is working across all the different systems, because that's where I'm going to take all these new series I'm talking about. Well, That's what I'm going to be basing them on. I'm going to be basing them on the C++ version because people want to see C++ stuff, and there you go. Not that I'm going to be really doing anything C++ specific. If you really want to follow along with the new series and the Java version, you can, and you'll be able to do just fine. Honestly, if you made it this far, you can do just about, you could really almost go off on your own without even following the series in the Java version. It's, it's one of those things, but yeah, you're not going to have any trouble at all following along with the Java version. But yeah. But yeah, the point is, I'm going to be focusing on the C++ version in the newer series, so we'll be doing stuff in C++ and stuff. So I really want to make sure that version is rock solid. I want to make sure that as of Video 60, it's fine for everyone. So if people can download it, test it, make sure it's working for them, make sure they're not having too much trouble with the build stuff, make sure that the build instructions are actually working for them, that would be great. Especially for Mac people. I don't have a Mac. I'm hoping to get one eventually, but, well, I'm a poor college student right now and I don't have a Mac, so I can't test the thing to make sure it's still actually working on Mac. So if any of you guys are Mac users and you could download and test the 3D game in C++ version, that would be an enormous help. Especially, actually I have a few notes in the build instructions about things that I could use help with from Mac people. But yeah, that would be a huge help if anyone could do that. And yeah. And that, I believe, is everything I wanted to cover in this update. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Hope I didn't talk your ear off too much. And yeah, thank you. See you next week.